Hello and welcome back to the Guns and Outdoors channel. Today we're going to take a small glimpse into the world of operations, communications, movement, some covering concealment, and even some camouflage types at an entry level. In case you didn't know or just assumed, there is a lot going on and it can be complicated. We are out at Special Ops Fitness with Cody, a retired SF member, and his partner who's a former Navy SEAL. We are having a look at a class that is taking the Tactical Sharpshooter. Disclaimer: Cody won't publish tactics on the internet, so sorry for your luck, bad guys. There are many parts in the training that I deliberately have left out. This is not a run and gun video that is done in 10 minutes. It's longer with less talking because of the nature of fieldcraft, hides, elements, things that you need to think about. But in true Cody style, the students get to put it all together in the end by running a mission with defined objectives and success criteria. This allows the student a small taste of what it could be like out there in the real world. For me, I myself have grown to love tactics and strategy. I find it very interesting. Even for me, something like comparing and contrasting various camouflage patterns is fascinating. I wonder how the old Navy blueberry digi-camo pattern might work out in the field. I'm just kidding, it won't work well at all. Thanks for watching. Kick back, learn a couple nuggets of information, listen, observe. Don't be an armchair quarterback, negative Nancy. Just enjoy the YouTube video. If you don't like it, move on.
So what I had them do as well, since you're working as a team, if you're working as a sniper team, what'll happen is the one guy, shooter, who is ever going to be in front, might be the observation guy. Whoever's closest to the bad guys, the other guy will camouflage him and then back up some to another place, maybe. If you got two people, it's always buddy team up with each other.
They got good camo. I don't see anything. Good concealment. Nothing so far.
Let's go up another 20.
Can you comment on our camo there, our testings?
I think both are okay. I think it goes back to the distance that you'll be spotted from and where you decide to put yourself in the shadows and the vegetation around you. The ATEX will break it up. Your ghillie suit will break it up. So then the next step, can you roll over in the leaves, get some of that stuff on you, throw some stuff on your back, have your buddy camouflage you and move back a bit.
ATEX is a little whiter, but see, that's a desert type of pattern.
And I tell you, every time I do this, I go too dark at first, and I have to lighten up. So even though it looks like it might be too light, I bet it'll get to the shadows and tone down some.
That is a desert. There's an ATEX with a greenish to it.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be woodland.
Green with that sleeve, and that looks good.
See, I think that's too dark. Nighttime.
Yeah.
I think at nighttime it'll be good.
How
But
about
again,
mine?
it's
Off to
not-
the side. Those are my ghillie pants.
Yeah, I think that's going to work too. To me, it's more about breaking up the outline
Okay.
and everything.
Nobi was thinking, and he had a great observation. I have that 3D camo, but the backside of my strip is white. Is that kind of the giveaway on that setup?
Maybe, but if you look at leaves, if you look at this leaf, right, there's this rock.
Yeah.
You know, there is that in nature, man.
Okay.
It all
Blends, huh?
if I took this stuff and laid it up into a tree line,
Yeah.
2 yards away, you know, like this green on the back of that shirt. I mean, that's too much of one color.
Yeah.
But even with the shadows on it, that breaks it up some. Also, which is a good point, because if you're doing this for real, you're gonna be out there for more than 10 minutes, the sun's gonna move. So you gotta be aware of that restriction. The sun's moving. Make sure your shadow doesn't leave you after 10 minutes and you're all of a sudden a bright shiny object.
Yeah, makes sense. The students were asked to purchase and bring to class a used BDU uniform with the camo pattern of their choice. They are making an entry-level ghillie suit. The class provides the hot glue guns and the burlap pieces. The student cuts up the burlap into strips that are glued onto the BDU blouse and trousers. Students are encouraged to further build them out by adding natural vegetation from the surrounding environment.
There and kind of a 90 degree over here. So it's out there somewhere.
Is that Gary's granddaughter's dog barking?
I don't know. I can hear you.
So in this case, we're testing the idea of, instead of hunkering down, movement. So the guys are looking for movement. So the trick is, did you spot him? Not spot him? If one guy sees, you know, obviously now we're not giving it away for our rest of our guys.
All right, got one.
I honestly don't see him. Two of the three have seen him. One hasn't. I see him.
You say something?
I see him.
Okay. Cool. All right, Mike. Good job.
He got up. That's when I saw him. It took you a minute to find him.
It did. I was looking more to the right.
Yep.
I wasn't looking that far over there. When I got down lower, I said, all right, let me cut my vision in half. So I said, let me start looking at the blue target and move blue target to the left. And then I saw him kind of get up. Like if he was just staying on the ground, I wouldn't have saw him, but he got up.
I thought he was watching because the one time you looked over there, it looked like you froze.
Yeah, one of y'all, it was you, we were looking that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, because I came straight for a while till I hit a small tree. And I kind of went sideways.
Yeah, I lost you for a minute.
Y'all were looking that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had getting caught up on all kinds of shit, making noise, and
That sideways movement, dead giveaway.
And the leaves.
You almost got to slink over the tree. Mm-hmm. But now, you're what, 30 yards from us?
yeah.
That's pretty dang close.
Yeah, it is.
And you were moving fast.
It's not easy, that's
you were
for
moving
sure.
fast. He was definitely moving fast. When I found this out, I said, whoa.
It's kind of a good example.
There's a couple guys I can't show their identity, so I'm trying to move around them.
Much harder to see
Yep.
than,
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm moving the camera in weird angles, guys.
yeah, that's,
Broken glass.
yeah.
All right.
Do we want to go through the motions in running order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it. The same thing we talked about. So, all right, Justin, let's go. You guys go in the trailer into isolation.
Isolation?
Mission
Now you're
plan.
going to tell us you got COVID-19.
So they're going to get a warning order from Ron. He's going to tell them the general outline of the mission. And after we get back, we'll get the target set up, and then we'll give them the more details in an operations order format. And they're going to have to conduct a link up. We're going to put them in the back here, drive them to the drop-off point. From there, they're going to find their cache, which we're about to emplace. And then they will get ready, roll out to their firing position, which we'll give them on a map, and engage the targets on a countdown from the operations center.
Just did a warning order on this operation. Some idea of what the high value targets were, where they would possibly be meeting, and talked about how the team of 3 shooters could function together. It'll be a command initiated trigger. And we hope that it's one crack and not bang, bang, bang. Talked about what happens if you miss one. You pick it up and go immediately. With the other 2 backing you up. If you miss it the second time because somebody's moving, they can get in on it too. Cody, do you want them on their radios communicating with each other so we can tell what they're doing?
Yeah, the radios are with their stuff.
Yeah. So when you're moving into place, we talked about stealth movement and covering each other when you move. Talk to each other about that. You know, it might just be a whisper, but talk to each other. Communicate. Again, never ever forget about your X-film. So what you see going in, keep in mind going out because it might come in handy. Okay. I think we're ready to roll.
All right.
We basically have 3 high value targets. The setting is Bosnia. They're meeting in 1 or 2 places out there. They will go to their stash with the local indigenous agent and set up from there, take care of their mission, come back, unstash, and move out as civilians again.
All right. Did you give them a link up point? What'll happen is Vindage will drive by, see the signal, and that means he's got to do something, which will be to pick you up. Could be he comes back tomorrow at noon or whatever. For notional, we'll do it today. Drive up there. You got a group of people hidden.
Sounds awesome.
So, right here is a good area for them to come get their gear and get dressed down in that hole. So let's go set it up.
Glad I'm on this side. There's the cache. Let's
keep it nice and simple for them.
Okay.
Give them the idea. That's the intent.
Yeah.
There.
Just training the average Joe, guys.
A very large signal. So the difficulty here will be is that they'll rush to the signal and it might take them a minute to see the cache. And again, it's not the intent to make it impossible for them or trick them. It's to give them that one little nugget of thought process that, hey, it might not be right here. Get there, do a scan before I run off into the hinterland screaming with my bayonet.
If you want to be a part of it, reach out. Anybody can sign up for the class.
Looks good to me.
Oh yeah. I love the property. How many acres would you think your range is?
It's
200? 40?
It's 40 here, 50 across the road.
We've got lakes, we've got hills, we've got shooting positions, sighting in areas. This is a wonderful facility. Get some. And make hits. Mission's a success if when they do what?
When all targets are down.
Roger.
So let's roll up, go get them targets.
All right. Close up of our bad guys. Back of a head. Couple guys looking this way. We're going in to get the mission brief.
Turn the generator on. You can get the electricity going. People can't go 5 minutes without making noise. So you sit there for 5 minutes and stuff, and then when you start hearing dogs, birds, you know, like, okay, everything sounds possibly what you got, where your cache is. So you get dropped off here. There's a fence line with the field. The exfil point, pickup point, will be right about here. Okay. Orient to the map. We're here. This is the road you drive in on.
Okay.
And here's the range that where we're at now. So this is the long road. The house is over here. This is the field you pass on your way out. So it's right there. You'll see it. No big deal. That's what I'm back. Here's his protractor. And then yeah, when you get there, call on Jackpot. That'll be the signal for the UH Silverado to come pick you up.
This is badass.
No talking. Hurry up. Go. You can't sit here long forever. You're gonna get caught.
Three minutes.
Rounds can't get to you. They can't see you.
Okay.
So they could have come right across here. Enfilade is kind of what they expose themselves to direct fire. You don't always perceive that a target like that is direct fire, but you can't ignore that, especially if they have a security detail with them.
They'll get spotted.
Yeah. You use the terrain to your advantage. Use the flora and fauna to your advantage. Use everything. You hear that the birds are already singing after that shot?
I know. Awesome. I got so pumped up I don't want to be behind the camera. I'd rather be running the mission.
I'll be looking back here. Okay. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!